Hello and welcome back to Norfolk Fords. Happy New Year, hope you all had a good Christmas. I think I've had a decent Christmas. I've been doing lots of little jobs, truth be told. I've ordered a couple of parts I'll tell you about later. And obviously we've got the big thing. We've painted the roof and put the roof back on. Well chuffed with that. I made a start putting the more front covers on, like this one that goes from the cab to the main bulk of the bonnet, but I've had a couple of problems with that, so I've had to, I'm going to come back to that at a later date. What else have I done? Actually, this is probably the first update since November. I can't remember if I said in the November update about the wiring. Got an update on the wiring. We've done a couple of bits inside the cab, put a couple of bits in as well, so I'll just take you through some of them. So we'll start with the obvious bit. I've painted the roof and I've scratched it a little bit underneath there where I was putting it back on, because I had to lift it up with the forklift because it's a bit of a big awkward lump. So I need a little bit of a touch up. There's one little run at the front, just there, but I don't think that's too bad. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. I was a bit anxious about it, because I really did pick the worst conditions to paint the roof in. And there's the back, all the vents are done nice. But yeah, when I painted it, I laid the inner roof, which is a suspended piece, upside down and sprayed down on it. And I sprayed the outer roof on a pallet as well, not too distant from it. And it was about 3 degrees, painting on fiberglass, and I thought, I really don't know if this is going to work, but I'll show you a little bit of footage of when I just put the primer on a little bit, and you can see how rough the roof looked. But we realised when we cleaned the roof and tested the radiator in a video at the beginning of, well, not the beginning, some point last year, you'll see that we discovered then that the roof really did need re-whitening. But I didn't paint on the inside of the roof where the radio and that goes, just because that gets covered up with trim anyway. But if we look here, that's where our window wiper goes. And I've ordered a new one. Well, not a new one. I've ordered a second-hand one, which I believe came off of a Q cab for a 6910. And it's fairly rusty, and it's going to need some TLC, but it's better than the one I've got. Because if we look, where is it? I'm looking at these boxes down here. No, it's not in here. It's probably back in the shed. But anyway, our original window wiper was the end of it, where it sticks out through the hole in the front. Where it sticks out through the hole in the front, it snapped off completely. So there was no recovering it really. So we needed new linkage. But this has got complete linkage and a motor. But I think the motor we've got on this is going to be better than the one we've got coming with the new one. Another thing we've got is here. We've got the wiring and the harnesses. I can't remember if I let out the video on this or not, but I changed all these fuse boxes to a modern spade design. Focus. Yeah, I changed it all to spades. Take these little covers off. Oh, easier said than done when it's one-handed. Come on, there you are. Modern spades, and it was a simple case of held the old ones up and just go on. Yeah, simple case of held the old fuse boards up, which were old bullet style, and literally just, it's the same connectors on most of them. I've had to jiggle the wiring. Hang on, we'll get in the cab to show this. But look, put the steps back on as well. Doors are a little bit more as they should be. I've got the handle. If we step in, you'll see I made these little jumper lines, which the way the fuse boards were, they would have shared powers, and then they'd go through the fuse board and out the other side. Doesn't work the same. That was a jumper cable. Doesn't work the same when you've got simple power in, power out. So I made these little jumps which just share powers, so you can get terminals, female spades with a male on the back, so you can just piggyback them. That's all I've done. I just piggybacked it, and that shared power exactly as it was, no different. All this is a bit more modern. I've got some spare spades here, so I've got 4 spares should I want to put on the cigarette lighter again like I had, because when I still had the tractor going, I had a cigarette lighter here so I could charge my phone and stuff, run a beacon, so we can put all that back in. And as you see in the last little random video, I've also ordered a new hazard switch. To get a new hazard switch was going to be about 70 quid, and then I would need another 20 quid for a new harness. So I've taken a bit of a gamble first and gotten one out of eBay, which hopefully is going to be in a working condition, off the same tractor as the window wiper, the 6910. So that's all good, and then from there we should be a lot better off. I'm quite happy as well. This isn't really important. I found these bolts. These are quite important because they go for the steering column. Yes, the steering column is currently held on by cable ties, but I haven't exactly gone miles in this since it's a running tractor again. So we'll put that back in and tighten that linkage back up. Got the throttle back on. I've got all of the nice bits of the pedals back together. So that's quite good. I've got the little foot throttle as well. On the other side we've got the clutch as well. Don't know if you see that. Yeah, got the clutch back on. And the handbrake. But I'm going to have to get new cable for the handbrake. Simple reason, I can't get the old cable to move. I've had it sat outside in the box of bits, and I'm guessing it's just seized from just atmosphere, damp, because it's not exactly a well-covered shed. But hey-ho. But yeah, the cab's a little bit more back together. Certainly looks the part now with the roof back on. Well happy with that, well happy. But if we come around the back here, we have got all the link arms back on. I put the pickup hitch back on quite a while ago, and now I've put the rest of the arms in. The only bits I'm missing is, I'm just missing one of the pins that go through here, which there's a knuckle which I have in the shed, which goes here and here. Then you have a pin that goes through here, through this, through the knuckle, and through the pickup hitch parts. But I'm quite happy with how this has all gone back together. And as I learnt from before I took the tractor apart, do not lift up these yokes, otherwise I think they called it a donkey dick. Your donkey dick will fall out if you lift your arms up. So heed that as a warning. Yeah, I'll show you a bit more of the surround. This is the rubber piece that goes between the cab and the bonnet, which just sort of hides up the diesel tank. That's held on by this metal piece, quite nice, simple. And then what you have is, if we look at the other side, just the rubber strip is riveted on. But I have a rather crap rivet gun, apparently, because I couldn't bust these for hell. And it's actually really awkward little bit of rubber to put on, because it's got simple little holes in. And most of the holes don't line up. And I'm no idea why, but I've had to re-drill where that suits better, because if I was putting this on where it thinks the holes is, I've got a gap like that in the bonnet and the cab. But I'll get a better rivet gun, one of them puncher ones, and that'll all be good. But a thing I'm really pushing for is getting some new door seals in, because we get the door seals in which literally just go on these little plastic pegs. Get them on, then I can square the door up nicer, because at the minute it sits a little bit off. Then I'll put the door lock back on, and we've got the doors trued up. Then I want to put all the windows back in, because if you look at it how it is, it really looks the part now. It's got the cab roof on. It really does. Just needs the glass and the really, you look at this tractor now, all I need to do is put the glass in, put the bonnet back on and the front grille. That's your finished tractor. Sort your pins out at the back with the pickup hitch, and its job's a good one. But then, like, I still haven't found myself a rear window, because my tractor is missing the brackets for the rear window, which is really frustrating. But if you look, I've got no brackets at all, because I've had a look. Glass I can find, because the 4610 and horsepower below that all had a single piece which goes in this bit here. Then you have a lower piece which I still have got, which covers up that much, and then you have a bit that you can pull out, which I need a new bit of glass for that, because at the minute I've got a Perspex bit in, which you can't see through at all. So I want a new bit of glass for that lower piece, but I can get the top glass here, but I've got no brackets. I've got one strut to stick it out, but I've got no hinge, and I've got no like lower seals or anything like that. So if anybody knows where I can get a full assembled window, do let me know in the comments. Be much appreciated. But that's where we are. I want the back window before I put cab trim in. I'll get the seat back in at some point, just so I can use it, and rebuild all the dashboard and that, and put the little side panels that cover up your heater hoses back in. I'll put all that back soon. But I've got no interest in putting the trim back in until I've got this back window. It's frustrating, because I just can't find the hinges. But I have found, and you'll have to let me know if anybody's done this themselves, but I have found on like Agriline and Sparex, who's the other one? Oh no, I've lost it. Anyway, on like spare parts sites like that, you can get a kit where you make the hinges. Like, the hinges are there, you put them wherever you want, and it's a fairly standard like O-ring fitting, similar to on a John Deere door, like on a 10 series, 30 series, and even still on the R series. Actually, probably the same as the T7 over there. So that'll all be the same, but then I'd probably have to recut the glass. I haven't looked into it enough, really, to know what to do about it. But if anybody knows where I can get a back window for a 4610 for a Q cab, or if they say, yep, do the do-it-yourself hinges, they're brilliant, somebody just tell me. That would be fantastic. Because as you stand back and look at the tractor, it's nearly done. It's so very close. There's just lots of little jobs. But I want what I really want to do is knock out the big jobs that are still left, like put the windows in, put the bonnet on, and I've got a working tractor again. Then I've got something which I can just keep chipping away at. Because I've always said it in like previous videos, it's such a struggle because there's lots of big lumps. I've got so many big lumps done. It's brilliant. But now it's just chipping away at the smaller lumps. So there's a lot more organisation which I need to get ahead of before I can carry on. But we're so very close. I want them door seals, get the doors done, get the glass in, get the bonnet on. I can take this out on the road again. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I reckon if I really pushed for it, I could have this as a moving, working tractor, put the plough on the back very, very soon. I just need to absolutely push on it and get it done.
In England, we must therefore go into a national lockdown which is tough enough to contain this variant. That means the government is once again instructing you to stay at home.
Well, that's that settled then. No more excuses. Yeah, but yeah, we're so very close. We could easily get this done very soon, so we got it in working condition. And then it's just small little jobs to keep on top of, like finding the back window, then getting the trim in, because I really want a back window. Let us know if anybody has one. But subscribe, like. No, that's the wrong way around. But like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have anything you want to see. And we'll catch you in the next video.